I can't believe it! We're here! The grand finale. Our journey to find the next pilot is finally here!
Indeed, Najm, it has been an extraordinary journey. Our new pilot will guide us to unexplored galaxies and uncover mysteries of the cosmos.
I am so ready. Do you think they'll like me? I mean, I am the Starship, but still.
Najm, you've been the heart of this mission. The new pilot will surely appreciate your boundless enthusiasm.
Aw, thanks, I.L.M. So, should we give them a sneak peek of their first mission? Or maybe throw a cosmic party with asteroid confetti?
Let's start with a proper introduction, Najm. Our viewers deserve a graceful conclusion.
Assalamu alaikum, Earthlings. Welcome back to the final round of Cosmic Challengers. Let the challenges continue as we await our new captain.
The final round format remains the same. Each challenger will face 3 quiz challenges. The first will be their own special subject, followed by general knowledge, and concluded with Islamic knowledge. Each contestant only has 60 seconds to answer. The challenger with the most points will be crowned the new pilot of the Starship Najm. The others will be neutralized.
We have locked onto the contestants. Shall we commence with teleportation?
Engage. Engage.
Welcome, Challenger Issa Shannon. Welcome, Challenger Ayan Chowdhury. Welcome, Challenger Dawood Hussain. Welcome, Challenger Unaisa Zakir. Teleportation complete.
With our contestants assembled, let the games commence.
Meet Issa, a future Formula 1 driver with a passion for speed and precision. When he's not playing football, he's enjoying his favorite dish, lasagna.
Challenge 1, Specialist Subject. Issa, your chosen subject is World War I. You have 60 seconds. Engage. What unusual messengers did armies use to send notes with important information? How far had Allied forces, France and Britain, advanced after 140 days of the Battle of the Somme?
70 miles.
What does the term rationing mean?
To limit food for one person.
Which battle was the first major German defeat?
The Marne. Battle of the Marne.
Which country was blamed for the war in the Treaty of Versailles?
Germany.
Who was the leader of the Russian Empire at the start of World War I?
Tsar Nicholas II.
Which new country was created after World War I?
Poland.
What was the nickname for American soldiers in World War I?
Doughboys.
What year did World War I start?
1914.
Which empire joined the Central Powers in 1914?
Austria-Hungary.
What was the nickname for the large German artillery gun?
Paris gun.
Challenge complete. Issa, you answered 7 questions correctly and passed on 0. Well done.
Introducing Ayan Chowdhury, a future astronaut with dreams of exploring space. He's already a star on Earth, having played football at Wembley Stadium. Ayan also enjoys chess, drawing, and his favorite meals, biryani and Kabuli pulao.
Ayan, your chosen subject is Division Mental Maths. You have 60 seconds. Engage. If 210 bottles are split between 7 teams, how many bottles does each team have?
Plus.
Calculate 120 divided by 15 divided by 4.
2.
A coach has 210 water bottles split amongst 7 teams, then shared by 2 groups per team. How many bottles per group?
15.
A library organizes 108 books into 3 sections and splits each section over 2 shelves. How many books per shelf?
Plus.
What is 100 divided by 10 divided by 2?
5.
What is 180 divided by 15 divided by 2.
Pass.
If you divide 72 by 6 and then by 4, what is the result?
3.
Name the Greek mathematician who used division in the concept of proportions.
Socrates.
Challenge complete. Ian, you have answered 4 questions correctly and passed on 3. Well done.
Introducing Dawood Hussein, a future football star who lives and breathes the game. When he's not on the pitch, Dawood loves enjoying a bowl of his favorite ramen.
Dawood, your chosen subject is Thierry Henry. You have 60 seconds. Engage. Who did Henry play alongside in the famous Invincibles Arsenal team?
Dennis Bergkamp.
Which style of play was Henry known for?
Speed and agility.
What trophy did Henry win with the French national team in addition to the World Cup?
Euros.
Which country did Henry play against in his final international match?
Brazil.
True or false? Henry's goal record during his time at FC Barcelona was 29 goals in 121 appearances.
False.
What was the name of the iconic goal Henry scored against Manchester United in the year 2000?
Pass.
What year did Henry receive his first call-up to the French national team?
1997.
What famous rival player did Henry often compete against in the Premier League?
Van Nistelrooy.
What year did Henry leave Barcelona to return to Arsenal?
2012.
Challenge complete. Dawood, you answered 7 questions correctly and passed on 1. Well done.
Introducing Unaysa Zakir, an aspiring teacher with dreams of opening her own school. When she's not writing stories, Unaysa loves rollerblading and enjoying her favorite meal, Turkish mixed grill.
Unaysa, your chosen subject is Eden Blyton's Mallory Towers. You have 60 seconds. Engage. Which British county is Mallory Towers supposed to be based in?
Cornwall.
In the 3rd book, 3rd year at Mallory Towers, Daryl and her friends are joined by an American girl for a term. What is her name?
Zerelda Brass.
Who was Alicia's irritating cousin?
June.
Who was the new girl in Upper 4th in Mallory Towers who suffered from a weak heart and to whom Gwendolyn Lacey sucked up?
Clarissa Carter.
Which of Mary Lou's possessions did Gwendolyn smash in the 1st book?
Her fountain pen for courage.
Who did Daryl take with her for her half-term outing in the 1st book?
Emily.
What was the surname of the 2 twins, Ruth and Connie?
Pass.
What infection had Betty caught in the 3rd book?
Pass.
In the last term at Mallory Towers, what was the first trick that was played by the Felicity Form?
Pass.
What university are Daryl, Sally, Alicia, Betty going to after they leave Mallory Towers?
St. George's.
Challenge complete. Unaysa, you answered 6 questions correctly and passed 3. Well done. Initiating challenge 1 scores. Issa and Dawood are tied with 7 points each. But don't count out Unaysa and Ian, who are trailing closely behind.
Every point counts, and it's shaping up to be quite the showdown.
Challenge 2, General Knowledge. Issa, your second challenge is General Knowledge. You have 60 seconds. Engage. If you have 5 red marbles and 3 blue marbles, what fraction of the marbles are red?
3/8.
What is 25 plus 37 times 2?
Pass.
True or false? All microorganisms are bad.
False.
Name the 5 senses.
Smelling, seeing, touching, hearing, tasting.
What is the name of a mountain from the center of which lava erupts?
Volcano.
What is the color that most frequently appears on the world's flags?
White.
What is 15% of 200?
Pass.
If you have £5 and you spend £2.50, how much money do you have left?
£2.50.
If you buy 3 books at £4.50 each, how much do you spend in total?
£13.50p.
Challenge complete. Issa, you answered 5 questions correctly and passed on 2. Well done. Ian, your second challenge is general knowledge. You have 60 seconds. Engage. Which document signed in 1689 limited the power of the monarchy in England?
Pass.
Who is known as the father of modern physics?
Albert Einstein.
What is the name of the treaty that concluded the Napoleonic Wars in 1815?
Pass.
Who wrote the classic novel Jane Eyre?
Pass.
What is the distance of a marathon in miles?
1 mile.
In which year did the Berlin Wall fall, marking the end of the Cold War?
1912.
Name the part of the cell known as the powerhouse that produces energy.
Red blood cell.
Who was the British Prime Minister at the beginning of World War II?
Pass.
What element has the chemical symbol Fe?
Pass.
Who was the first woman to receive the Nobel Peace Prize?
Malala Yousafzai.
Who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel?
Pass.
Challenge complete. Ian, you answered 0 correctly and passed on 6. Well done. Memory banks full. Analyzing data now. System processing.
Initializing score updates. Issa stays at the top of the table. Ian can still make it up in the final challenge.
Standby. Cosmic Challengers. System rebooted.
Welcome back, Cosmic Challengers. Our journey continues with the final 2 contestants in the General Knowledge Challenge.
Challenge 2. General Knowledge.
Initializing score updates. Issa stays at the top of the table. Ian can still make it up in the final challenge. Remember, only the 2 highest scores will progress.
Dawood, your second challenge is General Knowledge. You have 60 seconds. Engage. What is the function of red blood cells?
Pass.
Which UK city is known as the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution?
Pass.
What is the smallest country in the world by area?
Vatican City.
In which ocean would you find the Bermuda Triangle?
Pass.
Which poet wrote The Raven?
Pass.
What is the value of 15 times bracket 6 plus 4 bracket divided by 3?
Pass.
If a rectangle has a length of 12 centimeters and a width of 5 centimeters, what is its area?
60 centimeters.
Name the 3 types of rock.
Pass.
Spell the word exaggerate.
EXAGGERATE.
What is the square root of 144?
Pass.
Who was the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom?
Margaret Thatcher.
Challenge complete. Dawood, you answered 4 questions correctly and passed on 7. Well done. Unesa, your second challenge is general knowledge. You have 60 seconds. Engage. Who was the last monarch of the House of Tudor?
King Henry VIII.
Spell the word refrigerator.
REFRIGATOR.
Which river is known as the longest river in Europe?
River Severn.
Spell the word precipitation.
Pass.
Which layer of Earth's atmosphere is closest to the surface?
Pass.
What element has the highest melting point?
Pass.
Spell the word substantial.
SUBSTAN. Pass.
What do you call the outer protective layer of an egg?
Shell.
Spell the word psychology.
PSYCHOLOGY.
Who was the first man to orbit the Earth?
Neil Armstrong.
Spell the word committee.
COMMITTEE.
Challenge complete. Unesa, you have answered 2 questions correctly and passed on 4. Well done. Initializing score updates.
The table remains unchanged. This is nail-biting stuff, I.L.M. Let's advance to the 3rd and final challenge.
Challenge 3, Islamic knowledge. Isa, your final challenge is Islamic knowledge. You have 60 seconds. Engage. Who was the first person to memorize the Quran after the Prophet?
Zayd radiallahu anhu.
Who was the Prophet's youngest companion and scribe?
Pass.
Which battle did the Muslims build a trench around Medina to defend the city?
Battle of Khandaq.
What celebration happens on the 10th Dhul Hijjah?
Eid al-Adha.
What does the word kalam mean?
Words.
What does zalzala mean?
Earthquake.
What is Kauthar?
A river in Jannah.
What is the Arabic word for knowledge?
I.L.M.
What surah is encouraged to read before sleeping?
Surah Mulk.
True or false? It is part of the sunnah to cover your mouth when yawning.
True.
Sunnah or fard? Covering your aura.
Fard.
Sunnah or fard? Fasting the day of Ashura.
Sunnah.
Challenge complete. Isa, you answered 10 questions correctly and passed on 1. Well done. I.L.M, your final challenge is Islamic knowledge. You have 60 seconds. Engage. Which prophet spoke as a baby?
Prophet Isa alayhi salam.
Who is the father of prophets Ismail and Ishaq?
Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam.
Who did Allah reward for worship with unseasonal fruit?
Maryam alayhi salam.
Which prophet's nation was punished with strong winds?
Prophet Hud alayhi salam.
Which angel brought Allah's messengers to all the prophets?
Prophet Jibreel alayhi salam.
At what age did Prophet Muhammad receive revelation?
40.
Which prophet was instructed to learn from Al-Khidr mentioned in Surah Al-Kahf?
Musa alayhi salam.
Sunnah or fard? Eating dates when breaking a fast.
Sunnah.
Sunnah or fard? Using a miswak.
Sunnah.
What does Surah Humuza warn us against?
Pass.
What is the meaning of the word najm?
Star.
What is said in the Quran about hardship?
After hardship comes ease.
What does Surah Humaza warn us against?
The fire.
Challenge complete. I.L.M, you have answered 11 questions correctly and passed on 0. Well done. Dawood, your final challenge is Islamic knowledge. You have 60 seconds. Engage. True or false? The third pillar of Islam is Hajj.
False.
What is meant by the Arabic term Tawheed?
Pass.
True or false? There are 20 rakats of Sunnah prayers every day.
Pass.
How many children did the Prophet Muhammad have?
7.
Which treaty allowed the Muslims to return back to Mecca safely?
Treaty of Hudaybiyah.
What age did the Prophet get married to Khadija?
5.
What is the most powerful night during Ramadan?
Laylatul Qadr.
What are the best nights in Ramadan?
The last 10.
What does zaytun mean?
Pass.
What is the meaning of the word barakah?
Blessings.
What surah comes before Surah Ikhlas?
Pass.
What does mizan mean in English?
Pass.
What is meant by the Arabic term Tawheed?
Pass.
Challenge complete. Dawood, you answered 7 questions correctly and passed on 5. Well done. Unesa, your final challenge is Islamic knowledge. You have 60 seconds. Engage. True or false? Qiyam is a sunnah prayer.
True.
Sunnah or fard? Clipping your nails on Jummah.
Sunnah.
Which prophet's staff turned into a snake?
Prophet Musa alayhi salam.
Which prophet had left his wife and son in the desert of Mecca?
Ibrahim.
What event marked the beginning of the Islamic calendar?
Hijrah.
Who was the uncle of the prophet who looked after him when he was young?
Abu Talib.
How many days does Hajj last for?
7.
What are the best 10 days of the year?
Pass.
Which surah is referred to as the heart of the Quran?
Surah Yasin.
What is the speech given before Jummah prayers called?
Khutbah.
What is the 4th pillar of Islam?
Zakah.
What did the Prophet Yusuf's brother soak his shirt with?
blood.
Challenge complete. Unesa, you answered 9 questions correctly and passed on 1. Well done.
Initializing round 1 score update.
Unfortunately, challengers Ayan, Dawood, and Unesa, you have failed to pass the Starship's grade, and therefore you will now be neutralized. Najm?
Initiating neutralization.
Najm, we have our new pilot. Congratulations, Issa Shannon, the new pilot of Spaceship Najm. Captain Issa Shannon, awaiting your orders.
We'll have to come back to Earth again, I.L.M. These humans are too smart.
Indeed, Najm. We'll be sure to pay them a visit. Until next time, Cosmic Challenges.